We are at Mirror Lake State Park, and this is, let's see, what grade is this?
First grade.
And who's your teacher?
Mrs. Hyde.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. And what are we going to be doing?
What are we going to get into?
Canoe.
Canoe. And is it a nice warm day today?
No.
But it's sunny, so I think it will warm up, maybe above freezing. How many would like to be canoeing with some ice out on the water? Oh, that would be awesome. All right. Don't go away there now. And there's a lot less of it right now than there was a few weeks ago because just like land plants, the water plants are dying off too because the sun's lower and it's colder, and so the water plants die. I'm surprised there's lily pads.
Oh, lily pads. You give me one? I haven't touched one yet. Here, you can have mine.
Sometimes if you take a lily pad and look on the underside, especially in the spring, you might find little bugs, or you might find eggs that are like jelly. They're snail eggs. We're just going to pick one here, and you can take it and just look at it and then pass it back, okay? And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if I can...
What is
Hey,
that?
where'd you put the shell?
It's the root, like the base of the Is that the root of the lily pad?
Yeah.
You know how you have roots in plants?
Give
There.
me that.
Paddle out there. And go.
There you go.
You go this way. This way.
Push the water.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. We're doing it, guys. You gotta get a little bit harder over here. Paddle harder. Same side.
See, but you know what vines are, right? They kind of crawl, they grow up along trees. Well, these vines didn't get very tall, did they? But you can see that they've grown along the trees. That is cool. What else can we find? There we go. I'm going to be one of you kids, a first grader. Okay? Yay! I know so. And I'm going to say a word. Hi. And when I say that word, did you guys know that sound waves come out of my mouth? Did you learn about that yet? Sound travels in waves. But can you see it? Like when I talk, can you see waves coming out of my mouth?
No.
No, but they're still there. So I say hi. Watch this. You gotta watch. I say hi, and the sound waves come out of my mouth, and they travel, and then they bounce off the rock, and they start traveling backwards. And they come back to your ear, and you hear the sound again. That's what an echo is. So would you like to see how our sound waves can bounce off that wall of trees there and travel back to our ear? Should we try it out? Okay, I'm gonna go first and I'll show you how to do it, and then everyone's gonna get a chance, okay? So while I'm making my echo, you guys have to be quiet, and then we'll all be quiet when you do it. Okay, this is just the perfect spot. I'm gonna face my mouth when I do my sound. I'm gonna face my mouth right towards that wall of trees there, okay? I'm gonna pick something short so that I can hear the echo. Like I'm not gonna say, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Try to pick something with one syllable. You guys remember learning about syllables, right? So, like hi, that's just one syllable, so that's what I'm doing. Okay? All right, listen to the echo. Hi! Did you hear it again? Yeah, so let's make one line. Everybody stand. You can be first. Everyone stand in one line and everyone will get a chance. Okay? Now remember, when it's your turn, face your mouth towards the wall of trees and be as loud as you can.
Shout it out really loud.
Hello. Did you hear your echo? Great.
Ooh, no, yours is really loud.
Hi! 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 Hi!
Did you have a chance already? All right, you guys, that was awesome.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
So how was your lunch?
Good.
And you just relaxing now? So what was your favorite thing today?
The canoe.
The what?
The canoe.
Oh, the canoe. We didn't see any turtles, though. We did see ducks, huh? Can you talk duck?
No?
You don't know how to talk duck?
No.
Oh, how about your hike? What was the favorite thing on the hike?
Learning.
What?
Learning.
Ah. Oh, hi. What was your favorite thing today? Oh, we're getting a crowd here. Okay.
Kayak. No, wait.
The canoe? Cool.
Canoe.
Canoe? Oh, cool. Hiking. And what favorite thing did you find on the hike?
The leaf?
A big leaf or what?
No, all kinds of leaves. The green one that was friendly.
The green one that was funny?
Friendly! Friendly. Are you taking a video?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm out of here.
This might be on
Okay,
television. Bye.
I'm out of here.
Thank you.
They fly across the
After lunch.
They're tall.
Lost your hat. Good job.
These kids,
Every time, huh?
they like doing this. Upper body, hand over hand. They love doing this. So much fun watching them do it too.
You got this, buddy. See? See when you fall? Hey, go.
Well, at least I made it. That's what my arms hurt.
There you go. Justin, look out, buddy. He's coming. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, I got you. See, you can do it this whole time. This whole time you can do it
I'm
yourself.
just always impressed at the strength
Do it
of
yourself
these
this whole
kids
time.
and the
Stop
energy
for
and
it.
enthusiasm for doing this.
Okay, I got you.
Testing their balance.
Maybe you should go sit on the picnic bench. They need to walk
Challenges.
there on the bench. Gotta keep track of your swing. You're doing it, girl. Look at you. Oh, it's okay.
Fun to watch them.
It's okay. Stand up. Good job. It happens. Your coat is so pretty. I love the stars. Good job, Isaiah.
The thrill of being able to swing themselves. And looks like she's getting ready to jump. Oh, she did.
What'd you find?
This is my snack today. I lost my cookies.
Ooh, I saw it right there.
I gotta get back to my train.
You didn't say pineapple. Yeah, if you need help, just say pineapple.
Hey, this is Hyde. These are my snacks. Pineapple. Hey, you come on.
Yeah. We'll just get this class. This is Mrs. Weiss's class. Second grade from Pineview. We're going to Ableman Gorge. My name is Mr. Williams, and I do field trips. This trip is about rocks, but there's also more to it here than besides the rocks. But the rocks are the special thing, and there's crystals too if we can find some. But it's a state natural area, and that means we can't take anything away from there. So if you find these beautiful little crystals, we have to let them go. We can't take them with. But first, a little bit about the rocks here. You've heard about earthquakes, right?
Yeah.
Where the earth moves and shakes and sometimes knocks down buildings and creates big openings.
Yeah, that like
The earth is still changing, and the earth has been around for 4 billion years.
actually 5
Well, I think it was 4.8, but you're good, thank you. So some of these places, like the Bearable Bluffs, were formed millions and millions of years ago, even before the dinosaurs. And the earth, underneath our earth down here, it's like we're all floating on plates. But it's not quite like water. It's kind of hard. But here's what we're going to see. Let's say this is one area of Earth, and here's another area of Earth. And this is 400 million years ago now. And things are moving. And when this moves, the Earth shakes like a little earthquake. And then another million years, and it shakes again. Earthquake. And then these two things come together. They're called plates. This is way under the Earth. And they smash into each other. Oh, look what's happening. It's going up. And then
that's a big one. Then it forms a mountain.
Yeah. And then it forms the mountains. The Rocky Mountains and the Appalachian Mountains. But the Bearable Bluffs were even before that.
Bearable River is over here.
And then it goes again. And the earth is shaking. Earthquake. And then it goes again. And now it's standing straight up like that. And that's what we're going to see. And before that, when it was flat, it was underwater too. And we're going to see some ripples in the rock. Oh my gosh. It's just amazing. Oh, I got to tell you about that. What's the word again?
All set.
All set.
Move it.
All right, raise your hand if you see that nest up there. All right, hands down.
There's 2.
That's called a bald-faced hornet's nest.
Oh dear.
And here's the thing about that. Oh, you boys are going to be a little upset though. I'm sorry about this. The hornets, they make that nest for only 1 year. And the workers go out and they chew on bark. And they chew on signs, on wood. And then they mix it up in their mouth. And then they spit it out. And that's how they make that.
There's 2 of them right there.
But now here's the sad part for the boys.
The boys.
The good part for the girls.
Yeah.
At the end of the year like this, all the boys die. Come on, you guys. And you know what happens to the girls?
They get eaten.
They fly down and they go under a rock or a log and they become queens.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys. And then next year they start. You bet. You bet.
All set.
All set.
You can think of something on your own if you want.
Then the next year they have to start over again and they'll build another nest. Now if you were to come back here maybe in 2 weeks, that nest might, that nest might be different because other animals, other birds might go in there and try and eat at what's in there. And there might be food, there might be dead hornets, and
No, you'll see it. As soon as we get around the corner, you'll see it.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, we're not going there.
okay, raise your hand if you're listening. Put your hands down. So I said the main thing here is the rocks, but also mosses and lichens. And if you look at these mosses, there's different kinds of mosses here. Some are pretty rough. And have you seen the cartoon about Horton Hears a Who? And it's about this whole community on a flower, right? I think that's what it was about.
Yeah.
Just think of this as like a miniature forest down here. And there might be all kinds of bugs in it. But this is one of those places where I'm going to encourage you to touch. So I want you to just touch it and feel it and look closely at it. And then I'm going to tell you a story about some moss. Feel it. And then move back and let somebody else come up and feel it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
is there any honeystone here? Yeah.
Any what?
Honeystone?
Honeystone. I don't know what it is.
That they're all over the world. I found honeystone once.
Ooh,
Oh, there's mushrooms. Mushrooms.
oh yeah, good find.
Yeah. I know. Right?
All right, back again. Beautiful. All right. Some of them, sometimes mosses grow in huge areas, and it's called peat moss. And when it's dry, it can be burned like wood. It dries up and it's real absorbent like a sponge. You guys are gonna like this now. So back in the old days, before Pampers, diapers, they used to take the moss and they would put it in a cloth like this. Take a lot of the dry moss, the peat moss, the sphagnum moss, and then use it for a diaper. Pretty cool, huh?
That's pretty cool. Who would do that?
Most of what you guys are finding here, if it's a little bit pink, it's variable quartzite. And it used to be sand, and then it used to be sandstone, and now it's very hard rock.
Like this?
What kind
That's
of
mostly,
crystals do they have?
if you find one that's mostly white, that's just the quartz.
What about this one? What do you
Quartzite, 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 quartzite. Let's go to the...
All right. Hey guys. Can I get in here?
All right, if you looked around, go back out so
everyone else can get in. Hey!
Oh, this looks like cement. Broken cement.
What color?
Yeah.
There was a
Drop it right where you see it.
Get down.
I found an acorn. Look at it! Wait, where is it? Maybe it's a fossilized. What the heck? What? I found an acorn in there. What the heck? There's a big rock. No. Let's go back out.
Or anybody else, you're nature detectives. You're always alert and looking around for things. So somebody else just found this. And see, it's all closed. It's almost like a... Well, it is a mushroom, but it doesn't have the umbrella like some of the mushrooms do, and the gills underneath, and it's not flat. So this is a puffball. I don't want you to be right underneath it. This is an old puffball, and as if it was a fresh puffball, it would be nice and white on the inside and kind of firm. But as it gets older, the skin can come off like that, and it starts turning brown. And as it would get even older, this brown stuff would just turn like to a powder, and that's where it gets its name, because if you would touch it, it would poof out. So it's called a puffball.
Can we puff it? Puff it. Puff it.
Well, let's see, it just tears and just brown on the inside.
That's so cool! Throw dynamite up there. That's impossible.
All right, raise your hand if you're looking. Before we go inside the woods a little bit more, I just want you to take a look at this. This is just amazing. This is part of why this is a special land, a state natural area. And there's a certain bird that will lay its egg in little caves up in there. And I don't see any of them today. They're turkey vultures. Turkey vultures don't build nests. They just lay eggs in little caves in the side like that.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Yeah. All right.
Give back. You're in my group, huh? I never went to this place.
Or what?
It's a lot of things. Under a rock. Really? I'm getting
All right, raise your hand if you're listening. Thank you. This is an amazing spot right here. One person said to me, I hope things don't fall. And you look at this and you think, it's been here for 1 million years, actually 1.5 billion years. And you'd think, oh, it's not going to fall, nothing's going to fall. But take a look at the rocks. Some of the rocks have lots of moss on them.
And look at that one. It looks like a chemical.
Yep. And some of the rocks, like this one, and some of these others don't have any moss on them. So if you look up here, one of the things you notice are the ripples. And that's from when this side was flat under the ocean. Isn't it hard to believe that at one time, with my nifty demonstration here, this was flat at one time, and it was underwater and it had ripples. But then it got pushed up. But see how this is a little different color than that over there? That's because there was some rocks here maybe 3 years ago that fell off. So sometimes our Earth is still changing. We still have earthquakes, we still have volcanoes. You see a cave?
Over there.
Yeah.
And there's also one over there. There's one over there too. Where's the cave?
Look at the plants growing right out of the rock. This is amazing. And trees growing right up on the rocks. Those roots, and they're part of what causes the rocks to break. The roots start out very, very thin, and then as the tree grows, the roots get bigger, and they open up the crack, and then some water gets in there, and ice forms, and it opens the crack, and then someday it just falls down.
My kids get off of the logs. Off stage. Thank you. Okay, so as we just learned, it's called weathering. We say weathering breaks it. Do that. Weathering breaks it. Where you need a little bit of space. Erosion takes it. And deposition drops it. That is the cycle of the earth. So get your rock together again. Weathering breaks it. Erosion takes it. Deposition drops it. And that is the cycle of the earth. Nice.
And then you do it faster again?
We can do our last time. This will be our show off time, okay? All right. Get your rock together. Weathering breaks it, erosion takes it, deposition drops it. That is the cycle of the earth.
Woo! Yeah! Okay, let's let the other class come in there now.
Mr. Williams. You know where pushing me.
All right, Mrs. Beisbier's class. Let's come over here. Let's Mrs. Beisbier's class.
There are a lot of rocks down here. Be careful where you're stepping. Be sure to watch that. We're going right up to the big wall of rock.
We've been walking for like 2 hours.
Okay. Elbows back against the rock.
I don't know if I'm supposed to get them to take the picture.
Spot right there. Ariana, you in there?
I'm scared.
Yep. Against the rock. Everybody look up. Way up to see the rock. Everybody on 3, whoa. 1, 2, 3, whoa. Okay,
Everybody look at me really fast.
Whoop.
1,
West.
2, 3.
Good job.
We're going to make a circle on this. Don't walk right in there. Move back.
Circle.
Circle.
Move back.
No, it's alright. It's just some raindrops.
Yeah.
It's starting to rain.
Sometimes people come here and they pay attention to the big rocks, but they don't pay attention to the little stuff that's on the ground that they're walking on. And these, if you look closely, these are little mosses and little lichens. Lichens are a combination of a moss and a fungus. It's like a team plant. Sometimes we see little red dots, but not here. Oh, and that's another moss. These are lichens, there's mosses. And if you get your head down close and listen carefully, nobody pays attention to me.
Oh.
Nobody pays attention to me.
You said that. You said that.
Yes, I did. Two.
Get off my knee. They were far. Just wipe it on the
Yep, they're going ahead of us. Move back. Move back.
Look at this.
Move back.
It doesn't say anything. Whoa! It's okay.
Oh, here's another lichen.
What is that?
Okay, move back a little bit so everybody can see. Somebody pointed this out too. This is another lichen. A combination. This is a sumac tree. This is another lichen. But this one is nice and soft now. But if it was a dry, sunny day, it would be crunchy and it would break. This is called reindeer lichen. And people used to take stuff like this. We're not going to take it, but people used to take stuff like this and put it on little little toy train sets as bushes.
Why?
Come back, and it's just fuzzy like that. No. And it just grows this way, and these are the seeds up here.
This is definitely.
And look at it, it's got all these little lichens on it.
It's a
Is that
Yellow
the
ones.
one that has like the reddish
tree because
blooms
it's not.
a couple months back?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a tree. It just has to grow out. It's a big bush. It's so cool. No, it's a tree because this. Is it a huge tree?
Okay, I've mentioned lichens a couple of times now. They're a team plant, a fungus and an algae that grows together. Can you look at this a little bit? And we've seen it on the ground, and we've seen it on trees, and now we're seeing it on a rock. You know what the job of a lichen is? It's the first kind of thing to grow on rocks. And its job is to break it down, to erode it, to make it into sand again. And it probably only may take 1 billion years from now, but if you come back then, there might be just a pile of sand.
Let's do that. Let's go on another field trip 1 billion years from today.
We'll be grown-ups. Or skeletons.
Okay.
We'll be dead.
Well, I'll be
Yeah.
some manner.
That'd be even older than I am now.
No pine cones.
Just a
Yeah, exactly.
Found a little baby
Oh, an acorn. Yeah, that is.
It's really yummy.
Another acorn. So what kind of trees does an acorn come from?
An acorn tree.
And what's an oak tree? Yep. Or you could call it an acorn tree. And see, when there's a hole in it, that means something's been eating away at the acorn.
This one doesn't have a hole in it. This one doesn't have a hole in it. Mr. Williams, look it. This has an acorn head on it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Yeah, this one has a hole in it.
Sometimes,
You did. That's a little baby one. You think you see a diamond? Oh my. That'd be nice.
Got them all five tools.
is it okay for you guys to bring a knife?
No.
What?
I'm going to see if there's a bug in here. Sometimes there's bugs. Nope. That's the way science is. Sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. But you keep asking questions and you keep trying things. This is, yep, bark from the birch bark tree, the white birch. Now, sometimes people used to peel this off, and if you peel it off nice and thin, you can make a postcard, or you can make little canoes out of it. You can do things. But a piece like this, it's okay to do that. But if it's on the live tree, the live part of the tree is just under the bark. It's not on the way on the inside. So if you peel this off of a live tree, it's going to kill the tree. So you don't want to take this off a live tree. When you find it like this, that's no problem. And you can peel it. You can do all kinds of things with it then. What were you going to say? Yep.
So
See the inside? And it's lots, yep, it's different layers. So you can peel off different layers, but never on a live tree. Yeah, it's really neat stuff. And it's a good fire starter too.
I want to peel it. You can peel the rest. You can peel the rest. I'm staying close to you.
Spot right along in here where we can find some crystals.
boys and girls.
Oh, here, I got it. Here's a nice crystal. They're about this size. And some of you are going to find white rocks that are quartz. That's not the crystal though. That's just quartz. These are quartz crystals. So, you know, if you take sugar or salt and put it in water and stir it up, it kind of disappears. But if you let the water evaporate, sometimes it might form a crystal. The sugar is going to be there though. So when it rains, it goes through this rock. Some of the rock dissolves in the water. And then you can look at this when I'm done talking, and you can see some of the crystals starting to grow. And they're also in that big rock there. And sometimes they break off. If there's a storm or in the winter time, you know, your erosion, it breaks the crystals off. And you can find them somewhere around in here, in the gravel. So if you look closely, you might find some of these. And some of them could be colored. So let's see if we can find them.
Oh, excuse me, Gage. Oh, green! I found one. Something?
You gotta get down to the ground and look for them.
I found one. Oh, there's a big one.
Six sides to it.
So all the crystals have 6 sides?
I smell something. Oh!
Because we're in the rock.
Fish sandal!
That was
Got a good one. So you can wash it off. Did you find something? Yeah, look it. I'm gonna go show you. Look it. See my sandal?
It does.
I found a crystal.
Did you find one?
I think you did.
I think so. I'm just digging it over by rock.
Well, we're not going up there though.
I know. It has to be like this color. I found the starting one. Mr. Williams. Big rock. Super tiny. Something used to live in that house.
See if we can find some quartz and quartzite.
And this one is so tiny. Did you find it?
It might be part of that. Look at me when you're talking.
Record it here.
It's a quartz. I don't think that one's it. I think this. That's not it.
Oh yeah, look at.
I can keep track.
See?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, it's got other stuff on it, but that's a crystal there. Yeah.
Pass it back. I found this one.
Yeah. And when you did that, those little
Look
things
what I
that
found.
came out are all
I
little.
found a starting one.
They're special, yep.
They're special than anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can look for anything. But they have to be there.
Oh, that would be a great night for you. Round it and over it. It's just amazing that that tree would struggle and struggle to grow and be big, and in spite of the rock there. And sometimes when we come by this rock in the winter time, there's icicles forming.
Oh
But
yeah, I know.
have you been there?
I know a place at my grandpa's farm that has icicles. He has a mini waterfall that goes like this, and every year there's like thousands of mini icicles going down, and he can stop in the.
Hey, if you've been in there, then head back down, okay?
I haven't been there. I can't even get it. I'm scared.
Okay, those of you who are waiting to get in, move over to the right. So the people getting out can come down the left.
That was a really good shelter. Little.
What was in there, ladies?
Nothing really. This booby trap.
Allison, let them come out.
Oh, save me.
Move to the side so they can come out. I know. That's why we're moving here. Okay, come on out so others can go in.
What's this?
I don't know. Probably where they had a door. When they would go into glass, they would close the door.
How did they get us? What is that?
These are different kinds of mushrooms. There's some different kind of mushrooms in there. Okay, I'm going to pull it this way. And look at this little mushroom.
Three.
No live?
Nope. No mushroom.
I used to try to walk. Who's ever doing that, please stop. They're in the hole. Stop.
Mine right here. All right, get mine. Right here. You come with me because you're in the group. Eddie?
And stays. I stay. One.
Right here. Can you see the two halves? See how they smush together and go up? Awesome! Isn't that amazing? Ooh, no, looking at the rock, not the traffic. Alright, I need to take a picture by this rock star. So go over there.
Yay, done.
Alright, I'm going to give you a few seconds to check out this side of the rock. Please do not go around the other side. Just check out